When should someone consider bankruptcy and what's the trade-off?
The trade-off is 7 years. I believe your credit is shot in America. So, but I believe that actually, I think if you pull up a chart, someone sent me a tweet the other day of like bankruptcy lawyer searches in America on Google, and it's like been kind of like going up and to the right, which is not a great thing. Bankruptcy just, there's different types of bankruptcy that you can file for, but I do know that it usually clears some, if not all, your debt, and you basically have to start over. But as a result, you lose a lot of your privileges, like, for example, no credit score.
I read some stat, and you might know if this is true, but I read a stat that it said something to the effect that people avoid going into bankruptcy because of the stigma associated with it. When they looked at the financial performance over 10 years of people that did go into bankruptcy, those that did typically were better off than those that tried to avoid it for the next 10 years. It said, yeah, this is one of the uncomfortable truths in finance, and the answer is often yes. Those who file for bankruptcy end up in a better place long term than those who try for prolonged periods of time to avoid it. And the research shows that people who file for bankruptcy typically get their debt wiped out and cleaned, and they removing unpayable debt. Bankruptcy can bring immediate mental relief, removing the crushing stress of unpayable debts. People who avoid it often live in chronic financial stress, which spills into their health, relationships, and work. So in short, those who face bankruptcy head-on often recover faster and end up in a stronger position than those who keep limping along trying to avoid it.
And I think somebody who's listening who may be in a similar or the same situation ultimately wants to know, how do I get relief? Bankruptcy is one option, but at the end of the day, there has to be change. And that change is difficult.